This is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. If you're interested in these products, check the links in the description.
This video is brought to you by Restaurantware. In it, we're talking about cookie cutter sets, specifically these Pastry Tech cookie cutters and cookie cutter sets. And there's some different options when it comes to cookie cutters that we just wanted to talk about a little bit and also show you some of the available shapes and sizes. So one of the things I look for, especially with cutters or sets that come with particularly small ones, are these great sets that come in tins. They have little lids, meaning that you can kind of keep them mess, dust, and debris free when they're not in use, making them easy to store and easy to keep track of small pieces. And this is a nice heart set that you can see is 6 graduated sizes. And I love buying basic shapes in these kind of graduated sets because it means then that you have a variety of options of a shape that you're probably going to use a lot. And it's just a great way to start investing in cookie cutters if you're going to do a lot of baking or cake decorating projects and you want some of these basic shapes that will really work for a lot of different designs. So these are a nice investment. This is another set that comes in a tin and it's just a bunch of different leaves. So you can see we've got some cute little oak, maple, just basic leaf shapes. There's a little 3-leaf clover down here, a little maple. It's just a nice little set of petite cutters that are going to be great for making tiny tea biscuits, fall themed cookies, doing stuff in the spring or for St. Patty's Day. So it's a nice little versatile set that comes in its own tin, and it's also going to be great for doing things like working with gum paste if you're looking to make, say, some floral arrangements or do a fall inspired cake with some different leaves on it. We've also got some single cutters here, and you can see these feature a nice folded rim, which is always something I love on a cookie cutter. I'll hold that up so you can see that rim is going to give that cutter extra stability, which is fantastic. And these feature a little handle. Some people love the handles, some people don't. It's more of a personal preference, but they can make things a little easier because then you're pushing on the handle, not on the rim, so it can actually help extend the life of the cookie cutter. So it's something you want to think about if it's a shape you're going to be using a lot. And I know in the wintertime, I do a lot of Christmas trees, so that can always be a bonus. And you can see this one is a nice, right, 3.7-inch tall Christmas tree, so it's a great size for cookies. We also have a snowflake with a handle, and snowflakes are something I love all winter long, holiday season. They add a bit of sparkle, right? They're great for little birthday parties as well and various other things. And then we also have a nice big heart here. So it's a big 3.7-inch heart that's going to be fantastic. And I always love buying cookie cutters in really kind of classic shapes that I'm going to get a lot of use out of, and hearts are one of those things. You can use them for a lot of different projects. We've got some great little holiday themed ones here that have a nice kind of comfort grip on it. So you can see it has a little bit of a nice plastic edge on the top. So just over that folded rim of the cutter, gives it extra stability, extra grip, and it's a nice softer surface. It also helps you visually identify your cutters because you can see it's a nice bright red color, so it's going to stand out against other things. It can make them easy to spot in drawers, buckets, bins, however you store these. It can also make it a nice easy way to identify the cutting edge as well, because that little colored plastic is going to be on the top and your cutting edge is going to be on the bottom. And you can see this is a beautiful set of 3 gingerbread, and it's a really nice set in terms of the sizes because you have some petite small ones and some larger ones. So if you're looking to make some gingerbread cookies for the holidays, these are a great way to go. We also have a set of 3 angels in the comfort grip. That's also a nice little one for the holiday season. You can make them use them to make cute little angels, to make little winged monsters or characters at Halloween, or even to make cute little things like little fairy princesses or something like that. I always like to think of multiple uses for my cookie cutters. And then we have some other great sets, like I have a set here that is a graduated set. It's 10 pieces and it's stars. And for kind of basic classic shapes, especially things like stars, hearts, geometric shapes, or things that I'm going to use a lot like leaves, I like to invest in these graduated sets because it ensures that I always have the size that I need in these standard things and I get a ton of use out of them. So this is a nice thing to have. And stars are great at the holidays. They're also great all year round as a way to put a thank you or congratulation message for the person who's the rock star in your life. So they're a great thing. And then we have some great round ones. And this comes with a nice feature in that they're hangable, right? So it's a set of round cookie cutters. It is actually double-sided. So you have the plain round edge on one side and the fluted on the other. And these are great for not only making cookies, but also for doing things like cutting out biscuits, using for work on things like gum paste or fondant. You can even use them to make things like flower petals for your gum paste creations. So they're going to be a really versatile set. I use cutters like this when I'm doing things like donuts, because you can use one of the larger rings for the outside and use the smaller ones for the holes. And in general, it's just a nice idea to have at least one set of fluted round cutters if you're going to get into baking, and having a double-sided set makes them really, really versatile. It means you can use them for a variety of different pastries in addition to cookies. So that's really nice. And having the little rings so that you can loop them together and hang them on a hook is always a great way to store them and make sure they're out, especially if they're going to be an item that you're going to go to grab a lot and you don't have to have to dig in, say, a bin or another storage container. And then the last set we have out here are these really large square ones. And these are just a little different than the others in that you'll notice that they don't have a rolled edge on either side. These can be used as cookie or biscuit cutters, but they can also be used as cake forms or molds. So you can use them for doing things like molding an opera glazed or any kind of layered dessert, right? And they have a nice square shape and they're a really large size. And you can see they have a nice flushed weld there. So you get a nice kind of seamless presentation on every edge. So there's a variety of different cutters that you can use for just cookies or a variety of other desserts as well. But that's one of the things that makes cookie cutters a great investment if you're going to get into baking, whether you're a home cook or a professional.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like more about the cake decorating materials and equipment we use, or just some inspirational videos about cake decorating itself, you can follow us on Insta or YouTube at Cake Decorating School. If you'd like to know more about yearly membership and what it entails, you can go to www.cakedecorating.school.com for more information. And if you're interested in these products, you can check the links in the description.